David Menzies for Rebel News here at City Hall in Richmond Hill, Ontario. And folks, I'll get to why we're here in a moment. You may recall earlier this month we published a video about our recent trip to Brampton, Ontario, and we couldn't help but notice that the city of Brampton, for some reason, is flying the flag of the United Nations. Yeah, right beside the cenotaph, no less. Well, folks, we got tons of comments about that, and many of the comments were of the nature, come to my town, come to my city, because those municipalities too were flying the flag of the United Nations. What gives? And I couldn't believe it. Here in Richmond Hill, which is where I reside, folks, Richmond Hill City Hall is also flying the flag of the United Nations, but more than that, they have dedicated some space here at City Hall for a United Nations think tank. Not only is there office space here, but there are employees for this think tank, which is evidently concerned about water. Now, it's been here for more than a year, and last year, here is what the local media outlet York.com reported, quote, "The United Nations think tank on water has chosen Richmond Hill as its new worldwide headquarters. A signing ceremony on Friday, April 26, welcomed the think tank, formerly known as the UN University Institute for Water, Environment and Health. Afterwards, the blue UN flag was raised outside Richmond Hill City Hall for the first time. Mayor David West stated the following in a release: "This is an exciting time for Richmond Hill to welcome this globally respected organization to our city, to have the opportunity to collaborate with a like-minded group on environmental matters that we as a community have been long committed to is huge," end quote. Huge. Well, folks, hang on to your wallets. The first thing I think of when I hear a bureaucrat or an elected official talk about huge is the huge cost to the taxpayers. And by the way, what is that cost? I haven't been able to find out an answer to that. And really, a think tank on water in the Dominion of Canada, we surely have one of the biggest reserves of fresh water in the entire world. Personally, I don't get it. But then again, do you think, folks, the UN and the city of Richmond Hill is, I don't know, streamlining a manufacturing process to develop a type of packaging for water that is Justin Trudeau's preference? Remember this?
And what do you and your family do to cut back on plastics?
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of water out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic. Away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles, sort of things.
Is blackface trying to say Tetra Pak here? In any event, I did reach out to Richmond Hill Mayor David West with three queries, namely, are there any tangible benefits to report thus far? What has been the cost to taxpayers thus far? And is the city questioning its alliance with the United Nations given the scandal that emerged pertaining to a UN agency, UNRWA, that employed Hamas terrorists? And as per usual, folks, radio silence, even though I'm a constituent here. Unbelievable. But that's how Mayor West rolls. We're going to go into the Richmond Hill City Hall and see if anyone with the United Nations can explain, well, just what the hell is going on here and how much is it costing us? Let's go.
With the media, we don't do interviews like unprompted. You would have to reach out to us through our email. So I'm happy to provide that for you.
Could you? I did earlier this week. I did reach out to the mayor, but I never heard back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't. They're not very detailed questions. It's just to find out simple things. What results have you achieved in a year?
what the cost has been, that sort of thing, William. So
Okay, and that's information that I don't really.
Oh, is
I don't
that
have the
right, eh?
Experience to speak on and that kind of
Okay.
thing. So that's not something I can directly. Thank you.
I like I said, we're just trying to reach out, and give you time to explain what's going on here, because it's fascinating. I think, especially, the emphasis being on water, because don't we have the largest reserves of water in the world, Canada?
One of them for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's got a bit? I guess Russia, maybe. Right?
Russia, I don't know. We have a lot of fresh water.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
fresh water.
Okay.
I'm not a scientist though.
No. Okay.
I
then.
couldn't tell you.
No. Well, I appreciate your time. You have my coordinates, and I'll reach out to this email.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Well, folks, there you have it. I didn't want to give William a tough time, but he was kind of doing a modified version of the Sergeant Schultz routine. I know nothing. I saw nothing. So the UN agenda here in Richmond Hill, Ontario, Canada, will remain shrouded in secrecy for the most part. I will reach out to that email that William gave me. As for Mayor West, I haven't heard back from him. I never hear back from him. Given that I'm not only a journalist, but a resident of Richmond Hill, I think the lack of transparency is downright egregious. And I got to throw to that York.com article from last year. Check it out. Look at that. Here's a picture. Mayor West being a good little Liberal stooge. He is flanked by Richmond Hill's two MPs, Majid Johari and Leah Taylor-Roy, both Liberals, of course. Alas, last April, those two odious Liberal MPs were ousted in the federal election. They've been replaced by Conservatives. And you know what, folks? I think the results of the last federal election indicate that the water situation in Richmond Hill is A-OK. After all, there was enough water pressure in the pipes to flush out those two Liberal dolts. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, I know you love it when Rebel News brings you the other side of the story, but the fact is, we need your help. Unlike the trained seals in the mainstream media, we receive no amount of taxpayer funding from Mark Carney, nor would we accept it if hell froze over and he actually offered such funding. So please, can you do me a favor? Can you go to rebelfieldreports.com? That's rebelfieldreports.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation.